they slash them. Before we get too long, I want to also remind you, do not recorded. It's will be recorded for quality assurance and training purposes. Para continuar en español, diga primero ocho. Has anybody pressed 8 and then they don't speak Spanish, and then they pick up the phone and they go, oh, why did you do that? I don't speak Spanish. Why did I press 8? But it's great to be here. I want to thank Brian for covering my expenses coming from Detroit, my gas, my hotel, my meals. Brian, I guess Brian doesn't pay for that as well. But it's great to be here. I'm excited to do Sunday Night Funnies. I was a quarterfinalist last year, so I hope to do it again this year. I've got some new material. And I'm looking for someone to help me with some jokes, not have to volunteer. Anyone want to answer maybe some questions? Someone want to help me out? Someone? Go ahead. What's your name? What's your Kelly? Hi, Kelly's been Kelly again. All right. Stay seated. We're right from here. I'm not going to embarrass you, and I will help you with the answers to some of these questions, but this is a true way to get this involved, whatever else. We mentioned the Olympics and the That musical interlude brought to you by Fred Willard. Okay, Kelly, right? All right, here we go. So in the Olympics, the opening ceremony was wild. There was like this almost like implied, I'm not sure it's wild or whatever else, and that was usually the joke. So Kelly, what is it called when 3 people have sex? It's a good time! She said a good time. Vote for Kelly. What are a couple of names when 3 people have sex? A threesome, very good. What's it called when 2 people have sex? A twosome. Well, Kelly, I guess why I know everybody calls me handsome. And look, don't knock masturbation. It's sex with somebody I love. And I also wanted to say the comedians and I all got together and said, if you really hate tonight's show, we'll give you your cover charge back. So we will pay her back. All right, Kelly, do you like that one? Want to do another? Okay, we're going to do a couple more. Okay. So Kelly, I want you to name a bird, an American bird that represents strength and power.
Okay.
Name a bird, an American bird with a bald head that represents strength and power.
So you're, okay, an eagle. Yeah.
An eagle, very good, very good. I'm going to ask you a question, give me the answer. Okay, very good. So the question was, what kind of bird? You said eagle. Okay, name a bird that represents wisdom. Oh, very good. Oh, very good. Name a bird from the Bible that represents peace and love. A dove, very good. Name a bird, Kelly, that represents true love. A swallow. Some good stuff. We're free comedy. I got hear some laughter back there. We know what you got. Another one, okay. What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball? Come on, you know. Let's give Kelly a big hand. Thank you so much. More general questions. Why? Anybody see Barbie last year? The great Barbie movie. Some people like. I thought it was good, whatever else. But why was there never a pregnant Barbie? Because Ken came in a different box. Some good stuff here. We got some good stuff here. The humor is really what makes the world go around. So there's been a lot of IT issues in the world. There was that cloud strike outage and all kinds of tech problems and whatever else. And unfortunately, I got hacked last week. Yeah, they called and said, we have all of your passwords. And I said, oh, thank God, can I have them? I said, I don't remember half of my passwords. And then I was messing around on Instagram, even though I'm married, but I saw this cute girl, and I tried to slide into her BMs. But I guess that didn't work out too good as well. A lot of Animal Planet things have been. I got some dad jokes for you. So Animal Planet's been in the news or whatever else. My neighbor has a couple of Dobermans. They're named Rolex and Timex. They're watchdogs. I was watching Animal Planet, and they did a documentary on beavers. It was the best damn show I ever saw. So sharks have been in the news, sharks eating people and attacking people and whatever else, and sometimes it's really sad. And the other day I got really high because Canada is legal now in Michigan, which is a whole other joke story or whatever else. And I watched Jaws backwards. And if you watch Jaws backwards, it's actually a heartwarming story about a shark that gives arms and legs to amputees. Thank you. We've got a couple more jokes that we want to really talk about here. Can't really talk about politics, can't really talk about religion, but I think humor is one thing that can really all bring us together. Laughter is truly one of the most universal medicines, whatever else. Food is a great way to establish culture. I want to open up a Vietnamese Italian fusion restaurant, and I'm going to call it Forget About It. Okay, so Vietnamese pho, and then forget about it. Very good, very good. I also want to open up a fried chicken sandwich that's only open on Sundays. Chick-fil Atheist. Very good. So I'm going to leave you with one more joke as my time is up here. And again, I want to thank you for your support and hopefully for your votes. Comedy success. It's a little bit like being pregnant. Everybody says congratulations, but nobody knows how many times you got fucked. Ladies and gentlemen, you're great. Thank you.
Let's go, Sunday Night Funnies. How we doing tonight? Yes. Bringing that energy back. It's weird having Brian talk about sex. Because his yellow car gets him none of that. None of it whatsoever. Have you seen that thing? It's a Prius and it's yellow. Congrats, man. Never getting laid ever again. Congratulations. So Bart was up here. Bart and I carpooled here today, and Bart didn't mention he's a U.S. Marine, which is really crazy. It's great. Yeah. It's a wonderful person, and I'm an Army vet, which is kind of cool. Yeah. And the reason why we travel together is so I can explain the jokes to him. He's a little. No. They're smart Marines. They're just not here tonight, man. No, that's okay. that's all good. And it's all fun, right? They make fun of us. We make fun of them. It's a good time. So my name's David Steves. I'm really proud of my last name. I love having my last name. It's pretty unique. Stevens is not unique, but Steves is. Took my girls to a K-Wings game, which is our local hockey team down in Kalamazoo, and they were like, Daddy, that player has our last name on his jersey. And I thought that was really cool, because I didn't think the Steves had broken into hockey yet. And I was like, honeys, which one? Where are they? And they're like, number 37, E. Steves. I'm like, that's pronounced Estevez? Good news is we're taking Cinco de Mayo very seriously this year. You know what I mean? We're taking it to the full tilt. No, I do love my kids. My kids are incredible. What's crazy is that they have me working second jobs because the economy is really tough these days. So I'm a ski security professional at a local ski resort. I can't tell you which one, but it's bittersweet when it closes. Some of you are familiar. Yeah, so the economy's tough. I had to become a ski security professional, and I don't enjoy being heckled by these kids. I don't. I was out there, and as a ski security professional, you can do certain things, and they yelled at me, and they were like, "Screw you, Paul Blart Ski Cop." I don't like how hard you laughed at that, man. I was just like, so I didn't take any gruff from these kids, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a ski security professional, so I took their tags, I cut them off, I'm like, you can get the hell out of this hill. But then I had to drive them home because they're my kids. It's rough out there. My kids are getting into that thing where they like to zing dad. So my daughter came up to me the other day and she was like, Daddy, you have very scary eyebrows. I was like, sweetheart, I don't think you're using your words correctly. You've been hanging out with Mr. Bart too much, being honest. And she was like, they're scary. And I was like, I don't think you get it. She's like, well, if they're not scary, why is your hairline running away from them? Don't like that response, miss. If you're not. Yeah, I got roasted by my own kid. But it's cool because I took up skiing to spend more time with my kids. So we do get to ski quite a bit. And I think the reason that they like to go skiing with me is because they know they're the beneficiaries on my life insurance. They're like, "Go, Daddy, go faster! Catch this football!" Like, it's weird stuff, you know. But no, my kids they're in middle school and then in high school this year, which is crazy. Because Clyde liked middle school. Middle school is awful. Yeah, nobody did. Nobody clapped. It checks out. Middle school is awful, right? Kids go through a lot of stuff in middle school. And so my one daughter had trouble making friends. So she joined this group, super popular. It's called Dungeons and Dragons. You be nice to her. No, but I was like, this is a really beautiful spot where she can make some friends, because when she plays Dungeons and Dragons, she's not going to be on that TV show 16 and Pregnant. You know what I mean? I know those kids are getting laid. It's great. It's perfect for a dad. It's peak performance, if you will. Man, we had so many good comics up here tonight. Can we give a round of applause for the wait staff? They've been absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So I remember when I went to middle school, I grew up in New York, not in Michigan, and so my middle school was 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, which is crazy, because there's certain things 9th graders shouldn't be teaching 7th graders. You know what I mean? And so I was approached by a very beautiful woman, and she was like, "I want to 69 you." And I didn't know what that was. I grew up a very sheltered child. And so she drew it out for me. She's like, "Here's a 6, here's a 9. She explained the body parts, and I was like, wow, this is very confusing. I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel comfortable with this conversation. And she was like, "David, you're just a kinesthetic learner, which means you learn by doing." And I was like, holy shit. I was like, "How did you get so smart?" She's like, "I am your English teacher." That's right. Thank you, Mrs. Kazaza. That's C-A-S-S-Z-Z-A. If you spell their name right, you got 2 M&Ms. If you had sex with her, you got the whole bag, you know? Let's go. I love that. So I also do different things. I talked about my extra job. I have another job where I'm a Little League umpire. Yeah, thank you. Right? And I have a pretty loud, commanding voice. And so on opening day this year, I was really excited. First pitch came across the plate. It was incredible. It was a beautiful pitch. And so I did my deep voice strike call for all the ladies out there. I was just like, thank you. Yeah. That's never gotten applause. I appreciate that. Easy to please. I like that. The batter was not as enthusiastic. Poor Timmy was just sitting there shaking. And he looked back at me, he's like, "Sir, you have a very scary voice." And I was like, "That's because you've never held a flashlight for your dad, son." Because that is the scariest goddamn voice you'll ever hear. I accidentally shined my dad in the eyes with the light. He's like, "Oh! You're a piece of shit! You're never gonna amount to anything! You're never gonna be a man! I'm leaving your mom!" I'm like, "Whoa! Oh my gosh, Dad! That's crazy!" He didn't leave my mom. No, he didn't do that. Yeah, so they've been married 50 years. Yeah, thank you! We just came back from a trip celebrating that on a cruise, which was crazy because it's 41 of my closest family members. And my niece's boyfriend was there, and he won the Harry Potter trivia night, which is super tough. He got 20 out of 20 questions right. He got to go into the finals. They did a spell off. I didn't know that was a thing. They were like casting spells at each other, and he did like 7 in a row, and I was like, this is very impressive. He went a really long way to let my family know that he's still a virgin. So I was really... Hey, if you don't like Harry Potter, I'm sorry about that. But hey, guys, give it up for yourselves. So thank you so much for coming out here. And for your host, Brian B., ladies and gentlemen.
Just like what it looks like? No, I'm not about to bust a move. This is my first time doing something other than a regular stand-up open mic, And I'm so nervous.
Let's go! You got this!
I'm so nervous, I threw up in my mouth a little earlier on my way coming up to the stage. And I'm still working up the nerve to swallow it. My hands are so sweaty, I think I'm going to short circuit the mic soon. So it's a good thing I'm going last. Comedy competitions are a lot like playing bridge to me. I don't know how to do it, and I wish my grandma was here. So I could have somebody to cry to after it was over. This competition means a lot to me. The money is going to set me up for life. Assuming I die in the next couple months or so. Which is fair, especially considering all the drugs I'm going to be buying with the money. I'm trying to overcome my gambling addiction by finding other hobbies, like meth. I've also been wearing underwear often, which makes me a strong competitor. Monday through Thursday, if you catch me, I'm likely to be wearing it. And on special occasions, obviously, like Christmas. I'm even wearing underwear today. Just don't ask me to prove it. I also have, I have a penis. And it's normal sized, whatever. So, when I'm shopping for underwear, when I'm briefly briefing briefs, it's the first time anyone's laughed at that. I feel it's unnecessary for me to see other men more handsome than me on the side of the package wearing the underwear I'm about to buy. Oh, this is what I would look like wearing this underwear if my penis was just a little bit bigger. I think I'll take it. Sometimes the male underwear models will have their whole hot bodies on the side of the package, and sometimes it'll just be their package on the side of the package. Thank you. I prefer it if I didn't see anything at all and just ordered in loose underwear from some mystery man. Say on Facebook Marketplace. You guys like that? And I wouldn't even care if my underwear was comfortable or clean. I'll wear it. Who cares what those stains are from? It'd be hard to be an underwear model. You'd have to be a perfect 10. Flaccid. I shop for my underwear at Five Below because that's what fits. That joke is a little bit embarrassing every time I tell it. And now for a bad joke, or another bad joke if you want to go fuck yourselves. Did you hear about the underwear salesman who loved animals? He himself had pets. He owned a pair of boxers. And a ball python. My girlfriend doesn't like that joke. She said I'd get the same reaction if I just said testicles into the mic. I'm not going to. But it'd be pretty funny if I did. That's the end of my underwear material. I don't want to keep going. I'd hate to stretch it out. So what do you guys think the best religion is? Just shout it out.
Buddhism. Jews. Jesus Christ.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I've been thinking about my comedic voice recently. I think when I develop, I want to be more of a hack comic. And so I've been working on an impression. Please don't leave. See if you can guess who this is. Hey guys, it's me, Mickey Mouse. No, please, hold the applause. Fuck you guys. A quick clarification. No, I don't do the voice all the time. SpongeBob does stuff like that, but that's because he's a cuck. It's my scalp everyone's wearing on their heads. If they did that with him, everyone would look like a bunch of Packers fans. My voice is for the kids. Sorry, Minnie and Goofy have been spending a lot of time together without me. The funniest part is, the goofiest part, I guess, fuck me, is that they're not even doing it to have sex. They're doing it to screw with me. They do brunch. I like brunch. It's like they're forgetting whose name it is on the fucking clubhouse. Like, do I have to spell it out for them? M-I-C-K-E-Y. Fucking exactly. My best friend never wears pants, but he's a war veteran, so I have to pretend that's okay. That was my Mickey Mouse impression. I've been J.E. of Please Remember Me.
Yeah.
Testicles.
We're in very politically charged time, you guys. And I'd be wrong if I didn't try to use my little bit of platform to try to bring awareness to something, but there's a group in America that's been running around with unchecked power for way too long. And I think it's time we do something about that. And I think some of the people in this room can come together and we can make a difference if you guys just get behind me and believe in me. But that group that I want to bring attention to is fucking grandparents. There's too much damn power. Nobody should be able to come to my house, whoop my ass, whoop my kid's ass, and I just gotta look at my kids like, huh, she still got it. Like, no! It's too much fucking power for a group to have. You didn't send me to bed early. I didn't even get my goddamn matlock in. Like, goddamn. I can't wait to be a fucking grandparent. I can't wait to be old. I can't wait to get old. I like that because old people have power. Like I talked about earlier, powers, you know, and they can get away with things because they're from a different time and all that shit. A prime example of how old people can get away with things is I did this show up in Belding, Michigan. You guys know Belding? Not that far from here. You know, kind of a rural community, you know, a little bit different. So I'm doing this show. And this old guy rolls up to me. He's probably, I don't know, 85, 90, full on old guy. Wheelchair, oxygen tank, grandkids, you know. And he rolls up to me, you know, and he looks at me and he was like, wow, you sure were funny. And I was like, thanks, man. And he was like, all right, buckwheat, let's go get you fucked up. And I'm like, whoa, sir, like, normally somebody says that to me, I gotta put hands on him. Right? Because that's fucked up to say. But this guy, he's 80, 90 years old. He might not even know what he was saying. What am I going to do? Beat this old guy's ass? In front of his grandkids? No. I took this as a teaching moment for him. I was like, all right, buckwheat, that's a good one. I was like, hey, man, what was that saying that buckwheat always used to say? He was like, oh, Otay. I was like, yep, that's right, Otay. And then I leaned in real close so where only he could hear me. And I crimped his oxygen cord and I said, you know who's not going to be okay? You, motherfucker. Because we don't fuck with racists, right? I don't care about age when it comes to a racist. Fuck that. You thought I was going to let him get away with it? No, I'm not. And then old people have all these dope ass sayings, you know. Like, what's your favorite old-timey saying that you used to hear growing up? Back when I was young, that's a good one. What's your favorite old-timey saying?
Tired than a cat's back.
Tired? Oh, I ain't heard that one. Higher than a cat's back. I ain't heard that one. Where did you hear that at? Who told you that? Great grandma. That's a good one.
It was too expensive.
Meant it was too expensive. See, good old-time sayings. We don't have that anymore. And I blame the decline of good old-time sayings There's not enough white guys whittling shit on the porch. That's where all the good old time sayings came from. Just the old white guy, long ass beard, looked a little bit like Justin. Just the hottest fucking porch. A kid walks by and he's like, hey, kid, hey. Don't you skip rocks in the same stream twice. And the kid's like, what the fuck does that? But he just knew it was knowledge, it was wise. And he went on with it. We don't have that. That's why I can't wait to get old. I'm gonna bring back old time sayings. I got a whole party designed for a bomb old time saying I'm gonna deliver to my kids. So imagine it. I'm about 95. I got 3 kids. I get all my kids together at the yearly family dinner. At this point, they've taken over the furniture store that I started in about 10 years. They're running it into the fucking ground. My kids are awful in business. But I'm sitting there, my son, Rick Jr., he's got his wife, Bianca. Nobody knows where the fuck Bianca came from. Nobody likes her because she drinks too much and she always flashes us at the table. She thinks it's hilarious. We tolerate it because she's family at this point. But that's neither here nor there. My youngest daughter, she's there. She has her son Malachi. I never liked the name Malachi. I tried to get her the name of her Carlo the 15th, but she didn't want to go for that. I don't like Malachi because he always looks at me and goes, what's up, Pops? And there's something behind the way anyways. That's neither here. My middle daughter's there. She's got her husband, Steven. Steven's a real fucking prick, right? Steven is the reason that the fucking furniture store is going into the ground. This idiot decides to sell couch sets for $150 a piece. He's like, don't worry, Big Rick, we're gonna make it up on volume. We did not make it up on volume. We lost our fucking shirt deck anyways. It's neither here nor there. And I'm sitting there at the head of the table. And I know I don't got a lot of time left, so I just want to leave my family with something special. I'm just sitting there, you know, and I'm like, guys, Papa's got something to say. We've been through some hard times, family, and I don't got a lot of time left, and I just want you guys to know, it's not okay to skip rocks in the same stream twice. And then I die. Thank you guys. I'm retired.